What is up, people? We are back here. First episode of the Flip Side Podcast. We are here to give you your fantasy news, updates, and all that in between for the Joy Taylor Fantasy Football Corporation.
Yes,
I'm your
sir.
host, Danny Reardon, a.k.a. Flip. I'm here with Ski Rob. We're here to give you the rundowns, the rankings, and practically, fantasy football is right around the corner. Everyone's excited. We've been waiting for Steve Chia to respond for the last day and a half. Sorry you have a child on the way, whatever. But, the tensions are high. They're flaring. People want to get their picks. Tucker Del Grande, he's already made 32 different mock drafts over the last 2 days. So right now, a lot up the air. Obviously, you have guys going down with injuries. Still don't know who's going to be traded for, who might be picked up as back of the end depth chart pieces. And obviously, that's going to affect our draft strategy and our keepers. But for right now, we have about half our league has about 7 out of 12 guys have keepers. So we're going to go run through on those. Then we're going to do a quick run through on the potential keepers for the guys who have not made their decision. Hopefully we are here to help them. And or maybe they're still going to be, sitting doing nothing for the next couple of weeks. But
We will see.
we'll get it started. So
Flash these bad boys up for them.
So what we're going to start out here is that we have Scone. Scone knows. Right now, he just actually made a trade with JD. It was Antonio Gibson and a 5th-round pick for Travis Kelce and a 3rd-round pick, I believe.
It's a big one right there.
Let me just check that out.
Yeah, check the notes.
Yes, it was JD received Antonio Gibson and Scone's 3rd-round pick, and Scone received Travis Kelce and a 5th-round pick. So obviously, got to dive into that. Obviously, fun to have. Get it out of here. Obviously, fun to have trades even before the season starts. Kind of a questionable one, as people would say that Antonio Gibson is a very valuable keeper. Obviously, you know the value you're going to get in Travis Kelce. He's a wide receiver 1 that is put in your tight end spot. And, that will always help trying to go far, because you always have those weeks where you have to start guys like Hayden Hurst or Mike Gesicki, who might put up goose eggs, might put up 2 points, might put up
Mike
10. So if you have a guy that can go for 9 catches, 80 yards, and a tutty, you're going to take that every day. So first we have Scone with Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce, he's losing his 2nd-round pick. This is a very ballsy play by Scone. Regardless, you're going to end up with a top-tier GOAT tight end receiver in the fantasy spot. But right now they have Travis Kelce going to late 1st-round pick. If Scone ends up with a top 3 pick, he's looking like front runner for GM of the year already. That's a great pick. But if he ends up with
told me that he phoned his cousin in New York. He said Travis is a lock.
If he ends up getting, the 11th pick, this might backfire on him. But, that's all. He'll take it. Next, we got JD taking Antonio Gibson. And great pick there. We have JD getting about 5 rounds of value. Get out of here. You're getting about 5 rounds of value with that, as he's losing his 7th-round pick, and Antonio Gibson is projected in drafts to go late 2nd, early 3rd. Right now, JD's walking away without a 7th-round pick, and he has probably the best RB2 you can ask for. Right now, I have Antonio Gibson as RB 10 to 14. Especially with that offense now, you have an actual consistent quarterback play. Who knows? Maybe he's going to get a lot more dump-offs. Maybe he's going to get a lot more action with Fitzpatrick. We'll see that. Next, we have me. And although the Los Angeles Acres are taking a toll, losing him, but it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, because we completely forgot that we had CeeDee Lamb. And right here, I'm getting him for the 9th-round pick. A lot of drafts have him going early 4th. We'll say mid 4th. So right there, you're getting about 4 rounds of value. That's very good value. But also with CeeDee is that there's a big upside. He put up numbers last year with Ben DiNucci and Andy Dalton.
Yep, quarterback play.
So, their defense, they got Micah Parsons, but they're still not that great. You know what I mean? Like, Dak's healthy. He could be throwing for 400 yards. So right now I have CeeDee as a elite WR2, as he's looking like a WR 12 to 16. But with that offense, they could be throwing for 400 a game. So he can end up being a later tier WR1. Regardless, I really didn't have any choice. Next, we have we have the best keeper in this league, going to field the Pern. He's taking Jay Jetta. He's losing his 9th round pick, and Jay Jetta is looking to go early 3rd. That gives him about 5, maybe 6 rounds of value.
Easy.
Jetta's going to be a middle tier WR1. Right now he's looking at WR5 to – I got him at WR5 to 9. Regardless, you're going to take that. If there's any indication of how he played last year, this guy's going to be a stud. And now he does not have to worry about a receiver for probably until about the 4th round. Next, we have the gas can. My boy.
Gas can.
I still hate James Barnes for doing me dirty. But the gas can, granted that he was picked up off waivers, there's not much you could dive into this. I mean, you're getting 3 rounds of value. It's good value. There's guys that are getting better, guys that are getting worse. Corms is walking away, losing.
6
Gaskin, he's going to lose, looks like his 7th, as he looks like he's going to be a 4th round pick. So you lose your 7th round pick. You have an RB2. Very similar to Antonio Gibson. A lot of heads to feed, but he's got good hands, good out of the backfield, dump off central. They don't really have many guys competing for takes. It's a good pick. I like it.
12 point per game kind of guy.
Easy. He's going to eat. You know what you're going to get? He's going to get his touches. He's not going to run for over 100 yards because I don't think he did that once last year. He'll get you 12 to 15 touches, 60, 70 yards, maybe a tutty. Actually, he hated the end zone last year, so I take that.
He doesn't like scoring. He doesn't like crossing the line.
It's not like he's afraid of the goal line, his mortal enemy. But, he's going to get 4 dump-offs for 28 yards in his sleep. So we'll take that, especially with a guy like Tua, who's not confident in himself. Look for a lot of dump-offs. Not going to be wanting to throw the deep ball. Doesn't want to be scared of throwing interceptions. Okay, good move. Now, we got good old Tuckbean. I can't give him much slander. He is our king. He's the reigning champion. He's taking Deontay, his boy Tay. Even though I think me and D-Rob both have better hands than him. But, I mean, he's Tay. You know what I mean?
Up for debate.
So right now, he's losing his 8th round pick for Deontay. He's projected to go early 6th. I didn't really dive too deep into this because it doesn't matter. Tucker's not changing his mind. Deontay's probably going to be he is what he is. He's a very good WR2. Could be WR1. Big boomer bust. One day he puts up 25 because he has 12 catches. And the other game, he might get hurt and put up 3. But that's the boomer bust that Tucker likes. And, it worked last year. Can't say much about it. Now we have, young man, if you want to dive into your pick.
We're going Mike Davis with a 9th round selection here. 9th round to early 5th. I'm getting probably after that gas can Mike Davis drop off. RB2 gets pretty slim. So I'm happy walking away with an RB2 in round 9. First 8 picks, going for some studs. About to win it all this year.
Yeah, not much we could really go into
value,
that
though.
because same with the Gaskin pick. We won't be able to truly know what round you're losing until final mock drafts and ADPs are released. But you're getting 3 rounds of value. That's definitely middle tier of the keepers that we have. Got them off waivers. You always,
a lot of competition.
You can add a guy off free agency. And he's going to be a top-tier RB2. He's going to get his touches. That man's a dog.
He's getting 15 a game.
The only thing that might scare me with him is that they're down big. They might shy away because he's less of a dump-off guy, more of a ground and pound. But
we saw him perform last year, though, on an irrelevant team in Carolina.
But I like him. He's gonna get his touches. No one's gonna be vulturing him. It's a good pick. You'll take him.
We'll see how it goes.
Next, we're diving into the guys who are not yet sure of who they're going with, but this is just kind of a rundown of what I personally think would be some of the better options. So first, let's start with Barnes. So Barnes here, Barnes can go with Tyreek, which is obviously, a good move. Maybe if he gets if he gets a top 3 pick, maybe you can go with Tyreek. You can get Tyreek at the end of the second. That's great. Obviously, a lot of heads to feed, but he was very touchdown reliant last year. I don't know if he can keep up with that, but, you still have Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball to you. You're going to get points. If you can get him in the late second, he's worth it. But right now, and then he also has, Jameis, Darrell Henderson, AB. He'd be losing his 13th round pick for all of them. Don't really know. I think Darrell's actually 15th, but I don't know if you want to trust those guys. I think that the clear-cut guy right now for him,
Is the last one
depending
besides
on
Darrell?
he has Darrell, but he's going to be 15th. Jameis and AB are both 13th. But maybe if you're doing a 2-quarterback league, I would take Jameis. But if Jameis, I don't really think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. Don't really know if he's worth it. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But right now, so we got James Robinson. Yes, they got Travis Etienne. That does not scare me. I still think that James Robinson is going to be a very good player. Let's see with the rundown. So James Robinson, he's going to get him for his 7th, and ADP has him going early 4th. That's 3 rounds. Same with Antonio Gibson. Same with Gaskin. Same with Mike Davis. He's walking into draft night with his RB2. He knows what he wants. Last year, I'm pretty sure James Robinson, before he got injured the last couple of weeks, injured. They didn't play him because they didn't want to win games and lose out on Trevor. But before he magically got hurt to an undisclosed injury, man was RB3, RB4, at least in the top 5. The man's a dog. I mean, an elite RB2, low-end RB1, but, 7th-round pick, 3 rounds of value, that's a lot.
He is getting slept on this year, big time.
Now we have the man who has not said shit, but probably has the best choices you could possibly think of. So, the potential rundown, because B just not told me who he wants. Not a secret, Brian. We know who's on your team.
He's holding the cards close.
He has Derrick Henry. Maybe if he ends up with the 10th, 11th, 12th pick, maybe he takes Derrick Henry. He has DK. He would lose for his 5th. But, DK is really projected to go like mid-3rd, 4th, so that's not really that much value. But then it gets interesting. You got Hawkinson, who I really like. You lose his 11th round pick. But if you look into Hawkinson, you dive in. Jared Goff loves his dump offs. He loves his tight ends. He made Gerald Everett, Tyler Higbee relevant, and they're not that great. Hawkinson is easily the most talented tight end he's ever played with. And they don't have Galladay anymore. Pretty sure Marvin Jones is gone. Don't really know who they have at receiver. They didn't end up with Jamar Chase. So Hawkinson,
Best pass catcher this year, hands down.
Hawkinson is going to be their WR1. So right now in rankings, it's looking like Hawkinson can fall like 5th to 6th in tight end. But what makes it interesting is because obviously you're going to get Kelsey, Kittle, Waller. I don't care how you put it. Those are the top 3. Then you could say people are saying Pitts. Some people are saying Andrews. But Hawkinson is not far behind. But then the drop-off in ADP for ESPN, the next tight end is Gronk. And
Steve
the
drop-off.
value you have in tight ends, if Hawkinson can go out and get me 14 a game for your 11th round pick, the man's getting you a total of, what is he, like 5 rounds of value?
Or more.
It would be, yes, a full 5 rounds of value. He's projected to go in the 5th, 11th round pick. That's nice. Obviously, you have Josh Allen. He was QB top 3 last year. You get 4 rounds of him. Maybe you want to go with him, but I think that I would rather end up with Hawkinson as my tight end and land a guy like, I don't even know, maybe I'd rather end up with a Dak and a Hawkinson than Josh Allen and a Hunter Henry or a Jonnu Smith. So that's what my take. I think Beach should go with Hawkinson. I think he's a clear cut, but I would be entertained with Josh Allen.